Why not? Hey, everybody. I don't know, I had things spinning in my mind and thought, why not? Hit the button. I heard a commercial. World, push that button. It was pretty good. That's life. Frank Sinatra, in the style of. That's what people say. You're riding high in April. Shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top. Back on top in June. I said that's life. That's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up, I've been down, I've been over and out. I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in that race. That's life. Anyways, what a great song. Still keep thinking about the election. And you know, I mentioned a while back, this is a perfect example going on in our world today that we can learn by. And it really is, and it's going to go on and on and on and on, unfortunately. But, you know, we had the side of, we had a good demonstration. Now, people have a certain persona. This is what they embody, this is how they portray when they're in public or whatever. Obviously, zero and balance is the right thing, but sometimes for what the situation is or the crowd collective, you match it. And even that, though it's authentic, it's a persona. So we have Kamala, who, I mean, if you were, it's written that, you know, you know someone by their fruits. You know, Jesus said that. And, well, Kamala's juicy, obviously. Trump's rotten. All right, so that sounds simple and easy. But the thing is, well, how do you know someone's fruits? Besides, it's the obvious in visual. So that's energy. Energy's probably at the top. But what's right there close to energy, if not competitive to it, I haven't thought that deep, is by every word out of your mouth. Every word out of the person's mouth is how you judge their fruits. And then their actions should align with their words. Now you're seeing the fruits of a person. All right, so one, from her mouth, talked of things like unity, equality for all, the things that NHB book highlights. It's what it talks about. It's what the story is in an allegorical sense, in a, you know, it goes deep and different than what you've been taught sometimes, perhaps, and it matters. So we have, if you disagree with this, I mean, so she personated the love side, the unity side, in such a great way, and I feel proud of how she did that. And no, I don't know. I'm not choosing. You know, there's probably corruption all through the government. I don't know. I'm not digging and prying. I'm not trying to earth up too much crap. But where, you know, from my perspective, and I'm not alone in this, I said that in the last video, there are plenty that's going to move on further, at least calling out these energies. These are archetypes. Kamala would have housed and gave you the version of the New Testament Jesus, Yeshua, Joshua in English. Anyways, or Lucifer if you knew that, but that might confuse a lot of you. So what have we on our winning side now? We've given this man Pride Rock. And the last time that it was time to leave it, we all saw how that went and what happened on Pride Rock. And the funny thing, I only had the news on just for a briefing this morning, but what it was on was, I don't know, these Republicans were discussing now plans of who to get rid of first and how these documents and documented and undocumented and splitting families. They have a choice. They can all leave together or they can separate and whatever. And I got thinking, we have done away with the check mark for our leading office, the one running Pride Rock of this whole nation. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm. So anyways, we're going to be back to someone at the top. And the one that we voted in at the top, well, not we, as a nation, it's we, voted in at the top, doesn't abolish the Christ consciousness type of mode that one embodied and their ideas shared. No, the Old Testament, in fact, ahead of that, Yaldabaoth, that is the archetype that our president embodies. And likely most of his one's going to do all his bidding and follow his rules. So, which is in short, you can look that up, Yaldabaoth, it's worth it. And also, so we've given, instead of the unity and love and Christ consciousness, it's more than that. It was money, it was this, it was how no, if you really looked into it, Trump didn't do a thing for us, and normal ones here in the country didn't benefit from him. They the devil lies. So we're going to deal with devil energy running this great nation, so hopefully. That don't mean the devil's real. That don't mean he has some power behind him. That just means he's doing the lowest, debased things that a human does. He's the devil energy. You can't say it any other way. Prove it. How do you mean? Well, that check mark on the application if you're a convicted criminal. You could take that, okay, did you get caught stealing? Did you grow a natural plant and, whatever, got locked up? And yet, you ever lie and manipulate and control while you're the president and get people killed and lie and deny. It's the lowest of lows. And that checkbox should be took away, and so should all this. You can see the inequality going on. So it isn't about the money. People could have paid whatever for gas. It goes up and down. What you see is, obviously, with the devil energy, you see the hatred. So they don't hate. They hate and they're scared of people who are not like themselves. They fear that my type and kind could be gone, or just care about the money they're privileged to be in, maybe because of some of the same kind of racisms and inequalities in a family lineages that hold all that. Whatever. Hard to say now. But I know all those out in the old farm countries in that old time, it's hard when the one at the top is maybe also convinced that this is where we cap. So as we move forward, I know there's people and there's going to be moderators who have to hear this. You know, they couldn't talk before, had no ideas, divert, even though they had this project 2025, which back in 325, they had the Nicene Creeds and Nicene Councils where they, it's been thousands of years and this nation here still hasn't got over the damage done from those Nicene Creeds. And we got just the same kind of devil energy running Pride Rock, or will be. So if you're going to go on and you're going to with microphones and then criticize others or cause problems and harm with other people who just want to live free, they don't need your rules and your prejudices reflected onto them, and when you have authority, they don't need you rounding people up and being a bully. We're going to have a lot of people speaking out about it because we see it. We see you, little devils. We see you. What kind of world would this be if more quit hiding from the knowledge tree? You're not fooling the masses, not all of them, and yeah, it seems the world wanted somebody that yelled the loudest and carried the bat and roar, I like this, I'll fix it, I'll do it all. You made some big promises, you know you're going to be failing, you know you're going to create a ruckus, you just needed to stay out of prison. You did a good job managing that somehow, but if anybody can do it, boy, that devil can. Yeah, that's life. That's what people say. Oh, I feel fine. I'm talking about peace of mind. Dragging the line. Had a lot more on my head, but I don't want to lay too much on, and I don't plan on being too hard on them while they're making their plans. Who knows? I said it before, everyone has a higher self. Maybe we'll, devil went down to Georgia. Who knows? Maybe they'll use a better, we're all human and the devil isn't real. It's an archetype. But once you, and we all have that in us, it's, the thing is, do you meet it, find it, and like, yeah, I get that. But for all these other reasons, because I'm a deep thinker, I'm going to behave in a way that's not at the base devil level. Okay? Donald forgot about that. He just, this world live. F you, and I'll grab them by their, There's better ways. There's beauty up above, and things we never take notice of. Oh, lock them up and kick them out for some reason. Not if you're not going to get locked up. So. We'll see where it goes. I wish all of you well. The only reason I pointed that stuff out, you guys can think, oh, Aryan man, you're picking on us. Why are you picking on us? Then if you're going to say stuff out of your mouth, and I say this to not everyone, because some could be just chill and they don't act like they know more than they know, and they don't impose their thinking and their beliefs upon other people's rights and lives. So I encourage more. When the devil energy is there, that might not be intentional. That might not be where they have embraced it and want to live that way, to where they would even lie enough and get people killed and not care about, back then his vice president was, they're after him, they're going, trying to kill him, wanting to hang him. So what, was his words, according to actually reliable sources. But anyways, it's all gonna, he's our president now. Amazing. Yeah, we might need some spooky doo. So for years now, they're gonna, I don't really get to talk to anybody. I'd like to, if they got anything to say. But I left that thought earlier. Yeah, I don't care. People go along for the ride and don't need to know anything, and they're comfortable that way and they're happy. Fine. But if you're going to get in politics and make laws to screw up other people's lives, and just out of hatred and your old-fashioned lack of knowledge, and you can always tell when one of them are reaching their caps. You ask them, just, if they make a statement, if I make a statement, you better believe I'm going to be able to say why I say that, and not just one line of thinking deep. I'll give you those reasons, and it shouldn't take forever if it's sounded it's in your heart and in your mind. Anyways, if you're just going to go along, no, we all know I'm a crony of I'm kissing the ring of the boss. I'm not going to step out of line because I get paid. All right, we see you, and we know. That kind of stuff ain't going to last forever. It just won't. Times even the little devils need to take a little heed. Because anyways, this was telling. And I'll chime in every now and then. I'll try not to, when chaos ensues and your food and you don't start having better money and all that, I hope it goes well. I hope they take higher routes or leave it alone. What was put in place was actually working, if anybody looked into it and didn't hear just the lies of fake news. Can't believe now I'm saying that. But we do have it now, but that means more work for you. Because the ones who should just make it simple, be honest, and give us real news, truth, they make fake news, which makes the real news have to talk about the fake news to try to prove it's fake, while they can just fake. The real news can't even do nothing else but they say this and that, and it's fake. But I think they did a good job, and I'm proud of the moderators that were trying to hold them to the fire. And nobody could stand the test of the fire because they can't speak for themselves in any sensical way with anyone reasonably paying attention. Just my opinion. I am an individual on earth, and I only know what I know. I'm sure I have ideas and perceptions that need honed, fixed, whatever. I don't know much. Don't know much, but I know I love you. Yeah, I don't love the little devil energy, though. Really don't. So, Well, guess that's it. I'll catch you guys another time. Have a good one.